we're going to talk about how to transfer Digimon to and from the app. What's up? Welcome back to the show. It's your boy Xanda. We're going to be talking about the Digimon Vital Brace again, but we're going to be doing a much requested video, and I'm sorry this video took so long to come out. I just wanted to test some things as soon as this came out, just to see if there was anything different, and thankfully there is not. And what that is of course the Digimon Vital Brace app.
Yo, yo, yo! Ah!
A lot of people, you know, they want to start using the app. They're a little scared to use the app because they are getting the Vital Brace or the Digivice V, and they already own a Vital Brace. They want to know if there's anything that's gonna change. Are they gonna lose data, etc., etc.? And you know, as someone who now owns both and does use the app, I can tell you that the app does not mess with any of your data or anything like that on the older Vital Brace. When moving it to a new Vital Brace, you can actually use both of them at the same time if you really wanted to, and they're both tied to your app until you factory reset the actual Vital Brace itself, if I'm not mistaken. But without further ado, we're going to talk about how to transfer Digimon to and from the app from each Vital Brace. So when I did this, I transferred Devimon from my Vital Brace, my original Vital Brace, to this Vital Brace, the Digivice V, via the app. And there's a couple things that I had to do that, and we'll just kind of go step by step essentially. If you're liking the video, please make sure you leave a like, and if you're not subscribed, sub to the channel. We got a lot of other Digimon stuff on here, especially on the Digivice V and other Digimon, Digivices, and V-Pets, so check out our playlists and all that good stuff. First things first though, if you are going to start using the app, if you're new to using the app, what you're going to want to do is definitely make sure you have a Bandai Namco ID, BNID. So the Bandai Namco ID, you can make one inside of the app itself, or you can link your existing one. Either way, doing that is really important because what you can do is, one, that's a way to back up your save data. So if you want to back up your save data, if you want to transfer data from one phone to another, you're gonna need that Bandai Namco ID. I believe they said it also helps restoring Vital Braces. If your Vital Brace, like if you get like a new one, it'll like restore your data into the Vital Brace. But I mean, I don't know if you need the Bandai Namco ID for that. I think it just does that on its own, because when I sync this up to the app, it already knew my tamer level, so I think it just syncs up for you. But either way, you still want to get a Bandai Namco ID just in case you do, you know, lose anything, you lose your phone, etc., etc. Okay, I don't think if you lose your phone you can restore it, but still you can restore it. Either way, the first step, obviously, you want to prep both Vital Braces if you have both, or you just prep your one Vital Brace. You can do this method with just one Vital Brace. You don't have to do it with two like I did. It's the same process, just skip the part about needing a second Vital Brace. So what you're going to do is you're going to go over to the app screen. If you have the original Vital Brace, if you have the Digivice V, it's called App Log Link. Either way, it says app, it's going to start showing a ripple effect on the actual device, and that is telling you that it is ready to sync up with your app. On your app, you're going to go ahead and click that button off to the side. There's only two options in this menu. One option is to send a Digimon from the Vital Brace to the app. The other option is sending a Digimon from the app into the Vital Brace. Pretty simple stuff, but things do get a little weird when you're actually sending it over. So again, we'll get to that soon. You're gonna click that little icon. The app will start doing a jingle. It's a pretty cool, fun little jingle, but it does get a little annoying after a while. At that point, you want to tap your phone to your Digivice or Vital Brace, and my phone vibrates whenever it makes a NFC connection. If your phone doesn't vibrate, that's fine. On the app itself, it'll tell you like syncing, and that'll tell you to release, and then it'll ask you to do it a second time. Sometimes you don't need to do it twice. Sometimes you need to do it 3 times. It just depends. I don't know why. That's just how the app works and everything works. Don't be too nervous if that's happened. There are some horror stories of people losing their data. Hopefully it doesn't happen to you. It does happen. Sometimes Digimon just get lost in between the void and they just literally disappear forever. I haven't had it happen to me yet, and I use the app quite often. I do have quite a bit of Digimon on the app stored away, and I do transfer back and forth quite a lot just to check the evolution time, you know, how much time I have left, etc. But either way, you're going to do that, and what it should do if you do it right is it'll immediately transfer the Digimon from the Vital Brace into the app. No questions asked, boom. It's a really cool effect because the animations are synced perfectly on the phone and the Vital Brace itself. Like, you'll literally see the Digimon fly up into, I don't know, somewhere, and then come into the app from your Vital Brace. It's a really cool effect. So now your Digimon is officially inside of the Vital Brace app. Awesome. So what you can do now is you can do a couple things. You can just store them away if you want to do that. Mind you, if you do store away a Digimon, bring them back as your active Digimon on the app. You can only have one active Digimon on the app at a time. What that does is it means that when you send it back into the Vital Brace, whether it's a new Vital Brace or an old one, you need to do a DIM card check, which means it's going to ask you to insert the DIM card into your Digimon Vital Brace or Digivice V to pretty much make sure that you are not... It's like an anti-piracy kind of measure. It's annoying, it really is. I hate it, but that's just how you have to do it. If you keep it as your active Digimon, however, you don't need to do that. You can just send it right back into your Vital Brace and you hockey it back and forth and you're fine. I believe, I've been told at least, if you turn your Vital Brace off and it's still sleeping in the app and you put it back in, you may need a DIM check. I've done that before and I've never had that problem, but it's different for some people. Some people will experience that, some people don't. So now we're going to talk about what I did personally. And what I did was I moved Devimon from my Vital Brace app that was in the Vital Brace special into my Digivice V because I wanted to continue the run on my new Digivice. As I said, if you don't own two Vital Braces, what you can do is essentially what I told you, whereas you could just put them back in the app, or from the app into the Vital Brace, and you're fine. But if you have the new one and you did own an old one and you don't have the app and you want to know how to do it, this is how you're going to do it. So you're going to go back to that menu and you are going to click smartphone to Vital Brace. You send it over from the smartphone into the Vital Brace, and what it's going to do is once it sends over into the Vital Brace, it is going to ask you to insert that DIM. It'll show you a high quality colored image of the DIM in question, and it'll tell you make sure you have this on hand because it's going to ask you to insert it. Now this is, again, a DIM check. If you were to swap, like if I were to swap Devimon out with my Magnamon that I have in storage and then swap Devimon back as the active Digimon and try to move him back into my Vital Brace, it would still ask me to DIM check. But I'm moving it over to this one and I also never inserted it in here, so it's still asking me to DIM check, if that makes any sense. We move it over into this one, and now what happens is we now have to insert the DIM into this. So we grab the DIM. I had to rush to grab it, I forgot. If it times out on you or if the Vital Brace turns off, you just have to kind of restart the process over. I didn't lose Devimon in any way, thankfully. I just had to redo it. So just keep that in mind. I'm not going to show that in the video, but it did happen. So don't worry. You just put it back in, do the whole process over again, insert the Vital Brace into your Digivice, Vital Brace, what have you. You insert it there, and it'll say accepted. You pull it out, and then you go scan the app to your Vital Brace one more time. Now that it knows that you do own it, you then can transfer it from the app into the Vital Brace, and that, my friends, is how I got Devimon from the Digimon Vital Brace to my Digivice V. And that's pretty much it. It's that simple. It sounds a little complicated. Hopefully the visual stimuli that I've given you helps. Well, I mean, yeah, that's really it. I'm sorry, but that is really it. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy to get your head wrapped around. If you have any questions about this process, please let me know in the comments. I'll be more than willing to help you guys out. Now, if you guys do find any kind of problem that might have to be its own video, I will be more than happy to do that. But I hope this was as concise as I can make it. Again, if not, you know, we'll just we'll do another video. We'll do a follow-up. That's all for me. Again, huge shout out to my patrons. You guys are awesome. I thank you every day for the support that you give the channel and myself. I do really appreciate it. Lots of stuff coming soon. Metabots, Meta Watch, and the Metabots Dim, Black Roar and Shadow Howl, and I plan on doing a new series of videos very, very soon. So keep an eye out for that. That's gonna be very fun. I think that's it. Patrons, all that stuff. Yeah, it should be it. Bye. Peace.